What's up, rock stars? Hey guys, welcome to our July Remarkable Retention Series, where during the month of July and August, we're going to be taking you through, guys, every single week, and we're going to be focusing on all things retention. That's right, retention. Why retention? Well, because we know the best results live in retention. I mean, ultimately, it's the best win-win-win. If you're anything like me, guys, I believe we do our best work over time. If you believe that, give me a thumbs up, give me a love heart. So we can only help the ones that, yes, we start, and we can only help the ones that we retain. So not only do we do our best work over time, but here's the other thing. Retention, unlike attraction, which everyone loves to talk about, costs no time. You make a few little tweaks to your system and you can improve your retention. And here's the big thing, costs no energy, costs no money. Getting new patients in, that's an expensive experiment, right? Costs time, costs money, okay? Costs energy. Retaining people and building what we call understanders, people who understand chiropractic, like how you and I understand it, that costs no time, next to no energy. Just change how you're doing a few things, okay? And it costs you no money. So our best results live in retention. So I'm pumped, guys, because for the next 2 months, you're going to be seeing us go every single week onto this platform, giving you insights, ninja moves, tips, areas of focus when it comes to boosting your retention and collecting more and more understanders, people who understand chiropractic, people who want chiropractic. Dr. Joe Merlo, what's up, my brother? How are you, my friend? Missing you this week, man, in Park City. So here's the thing, guys. This is going to be a very short, quick video, okay? I want to give you a bit of a ninja tip straight away to start off the month. And the question that people ask is this: what is the best metric that you use to measure retention, right? What's the best metric? So there's a couple of different ones. For me personally, I love, you ready for it? Here it is. Ready? Watch up here. 3, 2, 1. You got it. I missed it. Compliance. All right? Compliance is the #1 metric for measuring retention. Or in other words, kept visit average. So what percentage of people that map care plans in advance and have a schedule of care keep that adjustment and keep that visit? We know that people, once they start bucking compliance, missing appointments, changing appointments, canceling appointments, that's already the sign that we've got one foot out the door. So the #1 metric that I love to use in practice for retention is compliance. And we know people who have compliance above 88, 90% is a growing practice. People who have compliance below 82% is a shrinking practice. Doesn't matter how many newies you get. How many newies you get really just depends. If people aren't staying compliant, they're falling out as quickly as they're coming in. So I love compliance. So in this next 2 to 3 minutes, I want to talk to you about one little ninja move that I do straight away to really boost our compliance and start getting that metric above 90% and keeping it north of 90%. So here's what we know, guys. There's certain points in the patient journey and the experience where people are the most excited, okay, and they're the most available. And one of those moments, it's no secret, no surprise, is the report of findings. So when somebody decides to start care, in the day 2 process, we're going to take people through 4 agreements. So they're going to agree on the problem, right? On the goals and the solution. So what are their goals? And number 3, the path, which is, okay, let's get specific with the recommendations, how many adjustments they need over what period of time. And then the final agreement is agreement on the plan. And the plan is the financial plan. And there's a moment when we take people through those 4 agreements that people are going to pause, stop, reflect, if you leave the space and opportunity, and they're going to make a decision. And if you do everything well, that decision is like, let's rock and roll, let's do this, okay? Now, what I want you to imagine, guys, is picture the last time you had that encounter with a patient. In my office, at that point, we'll proceed and we'll deliver their first adjustment. And after that first adjustment, that is one of those unique opportunities where people are the most available that they're ever going to be. Because if you've set everything up properly, what comes out of your mouth now? Because they're on the other side of the commitment. So think about this for a second. What comes out of your mouth now is gold because you're about to tell them how to maximize the return on their investment. Okay? Someone's committed to care now. They made a commitment around time, energy, and finance. They've had their first adjustment. So everything that you say now is going to be super important in their journey because you're about to tell them how to maximize the return on their investment. And it's funny because I tried this in the beginning. What I realized very early on in my career is when I would adjust someone for the first time, in that moment after the adjustment, when I would wind up the report of findings, what I used to tell people, and I don't know why, this is just something I got into a pattern of doing, I would tell everyone, hey, So Joe, when you finish, man, after your adjustments, go outside, have a bit of a 10-minute walk, get some movement into your spine before you jump back into your car. And in my practice is literally like 280 degrees of open windows, natural light. So I see everyone on the road. And what I started to notice is that every time a reporter findings would convert, I'd look at them on the street, and for the next 10 minutes or so, they'd be walking up and down the street. They'd be walking around. And I realized, okay, why are they doing that? And what quickly struck me is the reason they're doing that is because I'm telling them to do that at the end of the report of findings. And they're listening at a much higher level at that point. So I thought, okay, what's coming out of my mouth at that point must be pretty important. So let's pivot and shift, make a small change. And as a bit of an experiment, I decided in the next 2 report of findings, I was going to tell them this, just to see what happened. And this is what I would say. Like, Joe, great man. So what I need you to do now, it's really, really important after your adjustment, is when you go outside, turn in the circle 3 times in one direction, okay? And then spin the opposite way 3 times in the circle in the other direction, because that's going to create nice movement in your spine, which is going to help support your adjustment. And I'm looking outside the window, and I kid you not, people are turning around in a circle 3 times. So that's when I really had my holy cow moment where I was like, okay, so what's coming out of my mouth at this moment when someone converts to care is absolutely gold. Which means, what is the most important thing that I want them to understand at that point? And you got it, it's 2 things. Number 1 was compliance to their schedule, compliance to their care plan. Making sure that people understood the importance of mapping a care plan out and then keeping those adjustments, because the adjustments have an accumulative effect. They compound, and as they compound, that's what gets us the health outcomes that we're aiming for. So the first thing I wanted them to realize was compliance to care plan was paramount. And the second thing that I realized that I wanted to do is make sure that I got them to better results faster workshop. So at that point in our system, you'll hear us talk about the 2 things. What are the 2 most important things that we cover after report of findings conversion? The 2 things are this. When someone converts, they sit down and we run them through their last adjustments. I'm going to focus them in on these 2 things, right? So Joe, first thing, most important thing now to realize is this. 3 times a week means 3 times a week, okay? So the team is going to organize and schedule and map out your appointments. Okay, they're going to get it set. Once your appointments are set, we ask that you don't change, cancel, or miss adjustments. Is that cool? Because the adjustments are going to have a compounding and cumulative effect. We establish a healing rhythm. And if we break that rhythm, it's going to affect our outcomes. Okay? So don't change, cancel, miss appointments. Is that cool? Straight away, I'm building value for compliance. Now, I want to create flexibility in our flow, because flow is one of your capacity limiters, right? So the way that I do that is I'll say, now, if you're running late or early, don't stress, man. We'll get you adjusted, okay? It's flexible in here. But don't change, cancel, miss appointments. Is that cool? It's the first thing. Second and final thing. People always ask, hey, what can I do? Like, is there certain things that I should be doing outside of here or certain things that I should avoid? Is there something that can impact my care? So people are asking these questions, guys. Remember, a lot of people ask things like, hey, should I change my work desk dock? Should I change my pillow? These are the questions that start to pop up. So now you're going to do like this Inception Ninja move that you're going to go into their mind before they even ask it. And so I'll say this, right? So Joe, the second thing is people always ask, hey, what are the things that you can do outside of here? Are there certain things that you should do, start doing, or stop doing that's going to affect your care? And the short answer to that is absolutely. What you do outside of the office makes a huge impact with how you progress with your care. So if they're not curious already, by this stage, they're freaking really curious. Think about it. This is someone who's decided to invest in their health. They've started care. They're listening now. And you're about to tell them how to accelerate their results or how to stop you from slowing them down or how to stop them from slowing you down. Okay? The short answer is yes, absolutely. What you do outside of it has a huge impact. So for that reason, we run a workshop in here every single week called your Better Results Faster Workshop. Where that is going to give you a lot more clarity as to what's happening when we adjust you, okay? What's happening to your nervous system, so those subluxations, and then what are the things that you can do that's going to help you get better results, faster results, and ultimately be able to maintain it long term. That workshop runs here in the practice every single week on a Wednesday evening at 6:45. So when the team maps out and schedules your appointment, they're going to take one of those adjustments, they're going to put it on a Wednesday at 6:30 and then stay for the workshop straight after. It saves you coming extra time. Is that cool? Excellent. So those are the 2 most important things when a reporter findings converts that I want them to know and that I want them to understand. Give me a thumbs up if that makes sense, guys. Make that little tweak, make that little change, build value for compliance straight after the conversion, get people along to Better Results Faster Workshop. Your Better Result Faster Workshops will start filling up, I guarantee you. And then when you start closing those puppies and closing those babies well, you watch the referrals that start to mount in from that. You watch the extra external talk opportunities that you'll get. you'll get the opportunity to talk every single week if you get this combination happening right. So we call that our 2 things script. So guys, there's my nugget for the day. You'll be hearing other coaches jump on and share theirs. If you want a copy of that script, people always want a copy of that script. I'll put a link below. Click on the link. We'll give you the copy of that script, guys, the 2 things script, how to build compliance, how to get people to better results faster workshop. We'll put a link below, guys. Click on that. Or if you've got questions, or if you want to go into more detail with it, or if you need help or support with any of that, hey, reach out, guys. Send me a private message. Send me a private message saying, I want to accelerate and let's get you cranking. Let's get retention up. Let's get attraction up. Let's get cranking, yeah? Awesome. All right, team. Have a rocking day and we'll see you all soon. Catch you, guys.